Welcome to Laboratory of Dreams. Hello, and welcome to the enchanting world of the Lab of Dreams, where stories come to life and whisk you away to realms of magic and wonder. Here, we believe in the power of storytelling to ignite the imagination and touch the heart. Today, we are proud to present the Swan Princess of Alarion. Join us on a journey to the mystical kingdom of Alarion, a land where magic stirs in the air and destiny awaits. Our story unfolds with Princess Aeliana, beloved by her people, who finds her life turned upside down by a dark curse from the enigmatic enchanter Rothar. Transformed into a swan by day, she retains her human form only under the moon's gentle glow by the enchanted lake. Enter Prince Lysander, whose heart becomes entwined with Aeliana's in a tale of love, mystery, and a struggle against dark forces. As we weave through the chapters of The Swan Princess of Alarion, we invite you to immerse yourself in a story of enchantment, bravery, and the enduring power of love. Each twist and turn is a step deeper into a world of intrigue and heartfelt emotion. So settle in, let your imagination soar, and join us in the unfolding of a tale that promises to be as mesmerizing as it is moving. Welcome to The Swan Princess of Alarion. In the kingdom of Alarion, nestled between emerald forests and sparkling rivers, the royal palace was alive with excitement. Banners fluttered in the gentle breeze, and melodies filled the air as the kingdom prepared for a grand celebration, the coming of age of Princess Aeliana. Princess Aeliana, with a radiant smile and compassionate heart, was the jewel of Alarion. Loved by her people for her kindness and grace, her 18th birthday was not just a royal festivity, but a celebration for the entire kingdom. As evening fell, the palace grounds were illuminated with thousands of lanterns, casting a warm glow over the guests who had gathered from near and far. Aeliana, dressed in a gown that mirrored the starlit sky, greeted her subjects with genuine warmth and gratitude. Unknown to the revelers, a shadow lurked in their midst. Rothar, a dark enchanter with a grudge against the royal family, watched the princess with envious eyes. As the celebration reached its peak, he saw his chance to strike, enacting a plan long held in secret. Under the guise of presenting a gift, Rothar approached Aeliana. With a swift motion, he uttered a curse, and a dark mist enveloped the princess. The guests gasped in horror as the mist cleared, revealing not the beloved princess, but a majestic swan, its feathers as white as snow. Chaos ensued as the royal guards apprehended Rothar, but the damage had been done. Aeliana, now trapped in the form of a swan, fluttered her wings in confusion and fear. The kingdom was plunged into mourning, the celebration turning to despair. The king and queen, heartbroken, sought the help of wise sages and powerful magicians, but none could undo Rothar's powerful spell. Meanwhile, Aeliana found refuge in the enchanted lake, a mystical place deep within the palace grounds. By day, she glided across the lake, her thoughts filled with longing and sorrow. But as night fell, under the light of the moon, she transformed back into her human form, a temporary reprieve from her cursed existence. Word of the Swan Princess spread throughout Alarion and beyond, drawing many to the enchanted lake in hopes of a glimpse of the cursed royalty. Among them was Prince Lysander, a nobleman from a neighboring kingdom known for his bravery and kind heart. Lysander, upon hearing Aeliana's tragic tale, felt a pull in his heart. Driven by a mix of curiosity and an unexplained sense of connection, he ventured to the enchanted lake under the cover of night. There, by the moonlit shores, he witnessed the miraculous transformation as Aeliana regained her human form. The sight of the forlorn princess, so regal yet so pained, stirred something deep within Lysander. Compelled to help, Lysander approached Aeliana. Their eyes met, and in that moment, an unspoken bond was formed. Aeliana, hesitant but drawn to Lysander's sincere demeanor, shared her story. As dawn approached, signaling Aeliana's return to her swan form, Lysander made a vow. He would embark on a quest to find a way to break the curse, to restore Aeliana to her true self, and to free Alarion from the shadow that Hrothgar had cast upon it. With the first light of day casting a golden hue over the lake, Lysander set off, his resolve as strong as the rising sun. The journey ahead was fraught with uncertainty, but his determination was unwavering. The tale of the Swan Princess and the brave prince had just begun. As Prince Lysander embarked on his quest to break the curse cast upon Princess Aeliana, the kingdom of Alarion grappled with the reality of its beloved princess's fate. The once joyous palace was now shrouded in a somber air, and the king and queen, deeply troubled, sought answers to the unexplained hatred Hrothgar held against their family. In the depths of the palace dungeons, Hrothgar, now a prisoner, sat in silent defiance. His eyes, though cold, held the flicker of a story untold, a grudge born from the shadows of the past. The royal advisors, desperate to find a way to save Aeliana, decided to confront Hrothgar and unearth the reason behind his vengeful act. Meanwhile, Lysander journeyed through the verdant hills and valleys of Alarion, his thoughts constantly on the Swan Princess. He knew his first step was to seek insight into Hrothgar's dark magic. His path led him to the ancient library of Eldoria, a repository of mystical knowledge and forgotten lore. The library, a vast hall of towering bookshelves and dusty tomes, was under the care of the wise old librarian Eldrin. Eldrin, upon hearing Lysander's tale, guided him to ancient texts that spoke of dark enchantments and curses. They discovered that Hrothgar was once a student of magic in Alarion, brilliant but power-hungry, and had been banished for delving into forbidden dark arts. As Lysander pored over the texts, he learned of a rare counterspell that could break Hrothgar's curse. However, the components for the spell were rare and difficult to obtain. One such component was the tear of a phoenix, known for its healing and rejuvenating powers. Back in the palace, the king and queen confronted Hrothgar, demanding to know the reason for his hatred. Hrothgar, with a bitter smile, revealed a tale of betrayal and loss. He had once loved a maiden of the court, but his love was overshadowed by his ambition. When he was banished for his dark practices, he believed the royal family had turned the maiden against him, fueling his desire for revenge. With this revelation, the royal couple realized the depth of Hrothgar's anguish and the complexity of his character. Though it did not excuse his actions, it shed light on the enchanter's twisted path. Armed with the knowledge of the counterspell, Lysander set out to find the first component, the tear of a phoenix. His journey would take him to the Fiery Peaks, a distant mountain range where the mythical phoenixes were said to reside. As he ventured forth, Lysander's resolve was tested by the perilous paths and the uncertainty of his quest. Yet, his determination to save Aeliana and restore peace to Alarion only grew stronger. The tale of the Swan Princess and the brave prince was unfolding into an epic saga of love, redemption, and the fight against darkness. Lysander's journey to the fiery peaks was a test of both his physical endurance and his resolve. The path was fraught with rugged terrain and treacherous cliffs, but the thought of Princess Aeliana, trapped in her swan form, spurred him forward. His heart was set on finding the phoenix whose tear was essential to breaking the curse. As he ascended the mountainous path, the air grew thinner and the landscape transformed into a vista of volcanic rocks and steaming vents. The fiery peaks, named for their smoldering craters, and the legends of fire-breathing creatures that dwelt there, loomed ahead, their peaks piercing the sky. In the heart of these daunting mountains, Lysander finally came upon a sight that took his breath away. A magnificent phoenix basking in the glow of the setting sun. Its feathers were a tapestry of fiery hues, and its eyes held the wisdom of ages. Approaching cautiously, Lysander called out to the creature, "Great Phoenix, I come in search of your help. I seek a tear to break a curse that holds a dear one captive." The phoenix, understanding the language of the heart, looked deep into Lysander's eyes. Sensing the purity of his intent, it let out a melodic cry that resonated through the peaks. It was then that Lysander learned the truth about the phoenix's tears. The tears were not shed in sorrow, but in joy. To obtain one, he needed to bring joy to the heart of the phoenix. This revelation was a riddle in itself. How could one bring joy to such a majestic and ancient creature? Lysander sat with the phoenix, sharing tales of his adventures, his love for Aeliana, and his dreams for a peaceful Alarion. As the night grew deeper, he played a tune on a small flute. He carried a melody reminiscent of the songs of Alarion's valleys. Moved by Lysander's earnestness and the nostalgic melody, the phoenix began to dance, its wings unfurling, casting a warm light that rivaled the stars. In that beautiful moment, a single tear fell from the phoenix's eye, a tear of pure joy and hope. Grateful, Lysander carefully collected the tear, its warmth pulsating in his hand. He thanked the phoenix for its precious gift, promising to return one day to share the tale of Alarion's liberation. With the first component of the counterspell in his possession, Lysander began his descent from the fiery peaks. However, his journey was far from over. The next component was the heart of the ocean, a rare gem found in the depths of the Sapphire Sea, a place of untold mystery and peril. As Lysander set his course for the Sapphire Sea, back in Alarion, Princess Aeliana awaited his return, her hope flickering like the stars above. Each night, she transformed back into her human form, gazing at the moonlit sky, longing for Lysander's success and her freedom. With the phoenix's tear safely secured, Lysander's journey led him to the shores of the Sapphire Sea. Known for its deep blue waters that mirrored the sky, the sea was a realm of mystery, home to creatures both wondrous and fearsome. Lysander's task was to retrieve the heart of the ocean, a gem said to reside in the deepest part of this vast expanse. Arriving at the coastal town of Marisol, Lysander sought the aid of the seafaring folk known for their knowledge of the sea's secrets. He met an old sailor named Captain Eldon, who had spent a lifetime navigating the Sapphire Sea's unpredictable waters. The heart of the ocean is no mere gem Captain Eldon explained, his eyes reflecting the depth of his experiences. "It lies in the Coral Palace, an enchanted realm guarded by the sea nymphs. Many have sought it, but few have glimpsed its true form." Determined to succeed, Lysander persuaded Captain Eldon to guide him. Together they set sail on Eldon's sturdiest vessel, venturing into the open sea. The journey was perilous, with treacherous currents and hidden whirlpools. But Lysander's resolve never wavered. As they reached the coordinates of the Coral Palace, the sea around them transformed. The water became clearer, revealing a kaleidoscope of coral and marine life. Sunlight pierced the depths, illuminating the undersea world in a riot of colors. Donning diving gear, Lysander plunged into the sea, following Captain Eldon's instructions to find the entrance to the Coral Palace. As he descended, he encountered the sea nymphs, ethereal beings who guarded the palace and the gem within. The sea nymphs, curious about the surface dwellers' presence, surrounded Lysander, their movements graceful and fluid. Lysander spoke of his quest to save Princess Aeliana and the need for the heart of the ocean. Moved by his tale and the sincerity in his heart, the sea nymphs agreed to guide him to the Coral Palace. The palace, a marvel of underwater architecture, shimmered with an otherworldly glow. Within its halls, Lysander found the heart of the ocean, pulsating with a light as deep and vast as the sea itself. However, the gem was protected by an ancient enchantment that required a sacrifice, a memory dear to the seeker's heart. Lysander, understanding the gravity of the choice, offered a memory of his first meeting with Aeliana, a moment that had changed the course of his life. With the memory given, the enchantment lifted, and Lysander carefully retrieved the gem. As he ascended to the surface, he felt a pang of loss, but the hope of saving Aeliana and Alarion fueled his spirit. Returning to Marisal, Lysander thanked Captain Eldon and set his sights back on Alarion. With the heart of the ocean in his possession, he was one step closer to breaking the curse. Yet he knew that the final challenge lay ahead, confronting Hrothgar and using the counterspell to restore Aeliana to her true form. With the heart of the ocean in his possession, Lysander journeyed back to Alarion, his heart heavy with the weight of his sacrifice, but buoyed by the hope of breaking Princess Aeliana's curse. The journey was long and arduous, with Lysander contending not only with the elements, but also with the growing sense of urgency. Meanwhile, in Alarion, the atmosphere was one of tense anticipation. The news of Lysander's quest and his successes had spread, igniting a spark of hope among the people. In the palace, the king and queen prepared for their daughter's return, their hearts aching with longing and fear. As Lysander approached the borders of Alarion, he could sense a change in the air. Dark clouds gathered on the horizon, an ominous sign of Hrothar's growing power and anger. The enchanter, aware of Lysander's impending return, was preparing for the final confrontation. Lysander arrived at the palace under the cover of night, the moonstone and the heart of the ocean safely in his possession. He was met by the king and queen, who embraced him with gratitude and hope. Together, they discussed the plan to confront Hrothgar and break the curse. As dawn broke, the palace grounds became a battlefield. Hrothgar, with a host of dark creatures at his command, launched an assault on the palace. The air crackled with the clash of magic and steel as the royal guards fought bravely against the invaders. In the midst of the chaos, Lysander made his way to the enchanted lake, where Aeliana awaited him in her swan form. As he reached the lake, the transformation began, and Aeliana emerged in her human form, her eyes reflecting the turmoil around them. "Lysander," Aeliana whispered, her voice laced with fear and determination. "The time has come to end this curse." Lysander nodded, holding up the moonstone and the heart of the ocean. "Together, we will defeat Hrothgar and restore peace to Alarion." As they prepared to cast the counterspell, Hrothgar appeared, his eyes burning with malice. "You cannot hope to defeat me," he sneered. "The curse will remain unbroken, and Aeliana will be mine forever." A fierce battle ensued with Lysander and Aeliana, combining their strength against Hrothgar. The moonstone and the heart of the ocean glowed brightly, their powers intertwining and amplifying each other. In a moment of desperation, Hrothgar aimed a deadly spell at Lysander, but Aeliana stepped in front, taking the brunt of the attack. She fell to the ground, wounded her sacrifice, weakening Hrothgar's defenses. Lysander, fueled by a surge of love and rage, cast the counterspell with all his might. The moonstone and the heart of the ocean released a blinding light, engulfing Hrothgar and shattering his dark magic. As the light faded, Hrothgar was gone. His reign of terror ended. Aeliana, still lying on the ground, began to stir. The curse was broken. She was free. The kingdom of Alarion, witnessing the defeat of Hrothgar and the liberation of their princess, erupted in cheers and tears of relief. Lysander, his heart full of emotions, knelt beside Aeliana, their bond stronger than ever. The battle was over, but the story of the Swan Princess and the brave prince was far from finished. They had faced darkness and prevailed, their love proving to be the strongest magic of all. The battle against Hrothgar and the breaking of the curse marked a new beginning for the kingdom of Alarion. The darkness that had loomed over the land was dispelled, replaced by a sense of peace and renewal. The people of Alarion, who had gathered around the palace, cheered and wept with joy as they witnessed the transformation of their beloved princess back to her true form. In the aftermath of the battle, the palace grounds, once a scene of chaos and conflict, were now filled with expressions of relief and hope. Prince Lysander and Princess Aeliana, standing hand in hand, were the embodiment of the courage and love that had saved Alarion. The king and queen, overwhelmed with emotion, embraced their daughter, grateful for her safe return and the end of her ordeal. They turned to Lysander, offering him their deepest gratitude and blessings. His bravery and determination had not only saved their daughter, but also their kingdom. As the day progressed, the palace prepared for a celebration unlike any before. It was not just a celebration of Aeliana's return, but also a tribute to the unity and resilience of the people of Alarion. The streets were adorned with flowers and banners. Musicians played joyful tunes, and the air was filled with the aroma of festive feasts. In the midst of the celebration, Aeliana and Lysander took a moment to themselves by the enchanted lake, now a symbol of their enduring love. They reflected on their journey, the challenges they had overcome, and the deep bond they had forged. "I never imagined that my life would take such a turn," Aeliana said, her eyes glistening with emotion. "But in the face of darkness, I found strength I never knew I had, and love that I never thought I would experience." Lysander held her hand gently. "You have shown me the true meaning of bravery and compassion. My journey to Alarion began with a quest, but it led me to something much more valuable, a life with you. As evening fell, the celebration continued, with stories of the Swan Princess and the brave prince being shared among the people. Their tale had become a part of Alarion's history, a story of triumph over adversity, a testament to the power of love and the human spirit. In the royal hall, the king announced Lysander's appointment as the protector of Alarion, a role that acknowledged his dedication to the kingdom. Lysander accepted the honor, promising to serve Alarion with the same courage and integrity that had guided him on his quest. The celebration lasted late into the night, with dancing, singing, and laughter echoing through the kingdom. Alarion had not only regained its princess, but it also discovered new heroes in Lysander and the people who stood together in the face of darkness. As the stars shone brightly above, Aeliana and Lysander looked out over the kingdom they loved, their hearts filled with hope for a future of peace and prosperity. The curse was broken, the enchanter defeated, and in its place, a love story that would be told for generations to come. Thank you, dear listeners, for joining us on the enchanting journey of the Swan Princess of Alarion. It has been a tale of courage, love, and triumph over darkness, a story that reminds us of the power of hope and the strength of the human spirit. As our tale comes to a close, we hope it has left you with a sense of wonder and a touch of magic. If this story has captured your heart and imagination, please consider subscribing to our channel, The Lab of Dreams. Your support enables us to continue creating and sharing these captivating tales that transport us to worlds of enchantment and adventure. But our journey together doesn't have to end here. We invite you to stay a while longer and immerse yourself in the soothing melodies of our channel. Let the music carry you to a place of tranquility, a haven where you can unwind, reflect, and dream. As the notes gently flow, picture the serene waters of the enchanted lake, the vibrant celebrations in the kingdom of Alarion, and the enduring love between Princess Aeliana and Prince Lysander. Let these images fill your heart with peace and your mind with dreams. Until our next story, keep dreaming, keep believing, and let the magic of stories and music be your guide to a world where anything is possible.